In an age lost to time, the world was a very different place. It was a world teetering on the edge, filled with turmoil and forgetting the ways of goodness. But amidst all this, there was one man who stood apart. His name was Noah. He was a good man, righteous in his generation, and he walked faithfully with God. Seeing the state of the world, God's heart was filled with sorrow, and he made a decision that would change the course of history forever, to wash the world clean with a great flood and begin anew. God spoke to Noah, revealing his plan. He didn't just warn him, he gave him a mission, a lifeline. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood, God instructed. This wasn't just any boat. It was a colossal vessel, a floating sanctuary designed to withstand a world-altering storm. The instructions were incredibly precise: 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. That's about 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high, a massive, three-story structure. God detailed everything, from the rooms within to the single door on its side and the roof to cover it all. He commanded Noah to coat it inside and out with pitch, a thick tar, to make it completely waterproof. Imagine the scene. Noah, a man of unwavering faith, receiving this monumental task. He didn't question, he didn't doubt, he didn't delay. He simply obeyed. For years, maybe even decades, Noah and his family worked tirelessly. Picture the slow, steady progress, the felling of giant trees, the shaping of massive timbers, the hammering and sealing. All the while, the world around them likely watched with mockery and disbelief. A giant boat in the middle of dry land? Why? They might have scoffed. But Noah's focus never wavered. His obedience was a testament to his deep trust in God's word, a powerful act of faith in the face of widespread skepticism. His work wasn't just about building a ship, it was about preparing for a promise. As the great ark neared completion, the next phase of the incredible plan began. God gave Noah another instruction, one that would turn his construction site into the most unique sanctuary the world has ever known. You are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. And so it began. From every corner of the earth, a procession unlike any other started to form. Pairs of animals, guided by an unseen hand, made their way toward the ark. Lions and lambs, eagles and elephants, crawling creatures and soaring birds, 2 of every kind. It was a peaceable kingdom on the move, a living library of God's creation, all gathering to find refuge in the vessel Noah had so faithfully built. Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives all entered the ark, preparing to close the door on the old world and become the keepers of the new. Then, the moment arrived. After Noah, his family, and all the animals were safely inside, the great door of the ark was shut, not by human hands, but by God himself. For 7 days, they waited in the silent belly of the ship. And then, it began. The sky turned dark, the floodgates of the heavens burst open, and rain fell upon the earth with an intensity never seen before. It wasn't just rain from above. The scriptures say the springs of the great deep also burst forth. Water surged from the ground and poured from the sky. The deluge was relentless, continuing for 40 days and 40 nights. The water level rose steadily, swallowing everything in its path. Hills disappeared, then mountains. The world that Noah had known was slowly, completely submerged. But amidst this cataclysm, the ark, that massive wooden vessel built on faith, began to lift. It rose with the waters, floating securely on the surface of the global ocean. Inside, Noah, his family, and their precious cargo were safe. A tiny island of life in a world returned to its primordial, watery state. Every other living thing on the face of the earth, every person, every animal, every bird that was not in the ark, was swept away. It was a total reset, a cleansing of the world, just as God had said. The ark drifted on the vast, shoreless sea, a solitary symbol of preservation and hope. The waters prevailed upon the earth for 150 days. Then, as powerfully as the flood began, it started to subside. God sent a wind to blow over the earth, and the waters began to recede. The torrential rain stopped, and the springs of the deep were closed. Slowly, painstakingly, the water level dropped. The ark, which had been drifting for months, finally came to rest. It settled gently upon the slopes of Mount Ararat. Yet, even then, the journey wasn't over. Noah waited patiently. He sent out a raven, which flew back and forth. Then he sent out a dove. The first time, it returned, finding no place to land. A week later, he sent it again, and this time, It came back in the evening with a freshly plucked olive leaf in its beak. It was a sign. New life was beginning to emerge. After another 7 days, he sent the dove out once more, and this time, it did not return. The world was ready. Then God spoke to Noah, "Go out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives with you." Noah opened the great door and stepped out, his family following him. The animals, species by species, disembarked, stepping onto a fresh, clean, and silent world. The air was pure, the earth washed clean. Their first act was one of gratitude. Noah built an altar and offered a sacrifice to God, a heartfelt thank you for their deliverance. This act of worship pleased God, and he made a profound promise, a covenant not just with Noah but with all of humanity and every living creature for all generations to come. He promised that never again would he destroy all life with the waters of a flood. And as a sign of this everlasting covenant, God set a magnificent symbol in the clouds, a rainbow. From that day forward, whenever we see a rainbow arching across the sky after a storm, it serves as a beautiful, vibrant reminder of God's promise, of new beginnings, and of the enduring power of faith. Thank you so much for watching this incredible story of faith and survival. If you found this journey as fascinating as we did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more stories that have shaped our world. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.